record it. Okay, so it started. So welcome to the buying class. So this class is about the buying. You're gonna learn about all the buying process and also how to plan, buy, control the inventory, and especially it's gonna require you to have this mathematical, develop that skill. I know some of you are a little like afraid about this mathematic, part, but then you're gonna learn, intensively for that part, especially for the second module. So, I mean, I talk about that, but before I do that, I wanna clarify a few things. So this class, there are two different tracks, and now we have three tracks. So I know one is a store track, the other one, second one is the corporate research track, and third one is a fashion merchandising track. So if you're in the store track, you should be in RTL 3375, right? If you're in the store track, you should be in 3375. If you're in the corporate track and the fashion merchandising track, I just confirmed that today. So both of these tracks, you need to be in RTL 3380. And for this class, 3380, you need to take the lab as well. So you need to go register. If you didn't do it yet, you need to register for the, D51, that, section for RTL, 3380, okay? So just make sure, because while I'm checking your roster, I realized that some of you only register for the lecture and some of you just register for the lab, but then you need to be enrolled for both, the lecture and the lab. Any questions for that? Is it clear? Okay, so I want to talk about the difference between these two tracks too. So let's go ahead, I can go ahead and share what you're gonna do. So, 1 second. I think I can just go ahead and share this overall. Okay. Okay, so I'm actually teaching online this semester, so it's gonna be good for you to contact me via email, even though I said the office hour 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Tuesday. It's gonna be good for you to contact me, and we can meet by appointment on Zoom, right? And my teaching assistant, I want to introduce my TA, right? So Nasir, let me just stop sharing. Can you say hi to all the students? And he's gonna be the one who's gonna help you for all this process for this class and also for the lab. So Nasil, do you wanna go ahead and say hi to everybody?
Hi all, I'm Mohammad Nasir Rakib. So I did my bachelor in textile engineering and I'm doing my master's in retail management, and I will be doing my PhD in retail management as well. So in this class, I'm hoping that if you face any problems or if you need any suggestion or instruction, like from me, I can help you and we can solve the problems together. And that's all.
I know. Yeah, Nasir did a great job. He graded the project, it's the last semester, right? So he know how to do all that, and so he's good at all this financial part, so he can help you. So just let him and I know if you have any questions during the semester. Okay, so let's share the screen again. That, and this is a textbook, so I want you to go ahead and purchase this book. It's going to be very helpful for you to do your quizzes, exam, and for you to be ready for this class. And I think most of you know, if you're in my previous class, just make sure when you send me the email, I want you to make sure that which class you're in and to be professional, right? So you can say that, hi, Dr. Zhang, right? And so on. So I want you to address who you're sending it to, right? Don't say hi, just hey, hi, what's up? Then I won't reply to your email. Okay. And so the other one, okay. So this is about the buying process, and you can develop the skill to become an effective buyer, planner, and decision maker in the retail, field. And I know maybe some of you are like really want to be a buyer, and some of you may like, I don't want to be a buyer, but this is a require. But I bet you this class will be very beneficial for anybody who wanna be expert in the retail field. It can help you to develop the skills in the retail. Okay, so I'm not gonna go over details about that. You can check everything on the Blackboard, but I wanna talk about the difference between these two classes, right? So big part of this class is that there are 3 modules. First part is about the understanding the retail environment where buying occurs. So pretty much like I have a lecture, some of the video you can, go watch, to help you to understand the concept. And the second module is about the planning merchandise purchases. So especially for this part and the first part of the module 3, so from chapter 7 through chapter 10, it's gonna be very math intensive, right? So just you need to be well prepared for those, and just once again, if you have any questions while you're watching the video, doing your quizzes, just let us know if you have any questions, right? So second part is about the planning merchandise purchases, and module 3 is about the controlling merchandise plan. So it's more about how you can control your inventory and how you can build a relationship with the vendor, right? So, okay, so here is that. So course requirement. So this 3 part is gonna be applied for anybody in any, track. So discussion and participation. And second one is the quizzes. You're gonna have these chapter quizzes after you finish each chapter, and there are 3 exams. Okay, so this is for both 3375 and 3380. Okay, but the difference is that for RTL 3380 student, you're gonna need to do this buying project. I know this is intensive, but this is really helpful. This is great to set. Once you complete it, you're gonna be so proud of yourself, right? So, but this is the difference. So one big difference between the 3375 and 3380 is that for the 3380 student, you need to watch the video for the lab, and you need to turn in your buying project at the end of the semester, okay? So what's gonna happen is that usually you're gonna have a lab. You're gonna meet on the 3rd floor after the class, after the 2nd week. But this time I already recorded all the lab video, so you can go ahead and watch it every week. I lay out that the time schedule for that, so you can follow that. But if you feel like, you're so eager to do it, if you finish earlier, I'm not gonna, let you down. So if you do early, that's good, right? But then I don't want you to do things late, right? So you have to arrange your time really wisely, right? So then that's gonna make you to be successful, because I don't want Nasir and I, we don't want to get emails just at the last minute that you have all the question, right? So make sure you put all these things on the calendar, and you have to keep up with this schedule, right, by yourself, right? Okay, so there's a big difference. Do you have any questions about this? Anybody? Did you understand the differences between these 2, right? So once again, so if you're in the 3380, you need to register for both lecture and the lab, okay? Okay, so that's that. So let me just go back, and another important thing, this part I'm gonna post it on the Blackboard, but I think what you wanna know is that you wanna see then how I can keep up with this schedule. So I'm gonna show you the important due date for the class. Then I think this will help you. Okay, so let me share this. Everybody can see this, right? So once again, discussion and the quizzes, especially the discussion, is a really important part of the online classes, and that's really required by the school too, for you to be actively involved in the class, right? So you can think this way. So chapter quizzes and discussion participation is gonna be due by the midnight on Friday. But if you wanna finish it early, once again, if you wanna do it by Tuesday, good, right? Earlier, you're not gonna stop you do it. But we're not gonna accept a late assignment, late, quizzes or like discussion, right? Because then you're not gonna get the point for that. So make sure you track of those, right? Keep track of those. So you can think that chapter quizzes and discussion participation is always due by the midnight on Friday. And one more thing you need to do in terms of discussion, because discussion, you're gonna find this discussion on the discussion board, right? And what you need to do, you need to respond to at least 2 classmates, right, by the following Monday. So once everybody posted their discussion answer on the Blackboard, you have to reply at least 2 of your classmates and say, something, or give the comment or something. So you have to be interactive on that discussion board. And there will be a total of 10 discussion topics. And for this week, I just make it easy. So this week, what you need to do is that you just need to introduce yourself, okay? And you don't really, you don't really have to worry about the responding to two classmates. This time, just introduce, so don't worry about responding it by Monday, you know. But then you need to post your answer, like your introduce yourself on the discussion board by this Friday. And also this week is about the chapter 1. So I just go explain about the first week. So you're gonna do your quiz number 1, discussion number 1 on, the blackboard by the midnight by this Friday. That's August 28th, right? Same for the other weeks. So you can think that you just keep that on your calendar and don't miss that, you have something always on Friday and always on Monday. But if you finish it earlier, let's say you're like, oh, chapter 1 was so fun and good and I want to do chapter 2 this week, you can do that, right? So do it earlier, not a problem, but don't do it late, okay? And in terms of the exam, so let's go back to the discussion first. So this discussion board will open every Monday. So discussion quiz always open. So it's already open, all the quiz is open. So you don't have to worry about when that's gonna open. But discussion board, I'm gonna open it every Monday. So let's say for this week's discussion, it already opened today at 8 a.m. So you can go ahead and find it. But for next week discussion, I'm gonna open it next Monday. So you can do it by the Friday, right? So that's that. And so you can think this way, you're gonna have discussion from now until the November 13th. We're not gonna have more discussion. You're gonna have a total of 10. And also, I didn't really put the discussion for the week of the exam, right? So you can think that way. So you're gonna have discussion for the weeks that you don't have the exam. And that will be done by November 13th. No more discussion after that, okay? And there will be 3 exams. So for the exam, also this is online, asynchronous, right? So what I'm going to do, you can take any time during the day of the exam day. So exam will open at 8 a.m. of the exam day, and they will close at 10 p.m. of that day, okay? So you can just take any time. I think I'll give you like 2 hours to complete it, right? So I can double check and inform you, but you can do it anytime, but you need to finish it. Once you open it, you have to finish it while you're opening, right? Because the time will count, okay? So that's gonna be, first exam will be on September 4th, right? And then second exam is on October 30th. So mark this on your calendar, right? And the last thing for the 3380 student who are in the corporate track and fashion merchandising track, you need to turn in your buying project by 5 p.m. on Wednesday, December 2nd on Blackboard, okay? Do you have any questions about this? I'll post this on the Blackboard too. And do you see that I put that there's the last discussion, right? So I'll just post this on the announcement, right? And Blackboard. You're good? Okay. So it's pretty much, you need to keep up with your own schedule, right? So, and make sure that you don't really miss something, right? For the due date, okay? So that's gonna be it. I really wanna get some like question if you have any. Otherwise, I wanna show you that the Blackboard, how that's gonna look like, okay? And where you can get the access or the information. And let me share this for the 3380 student. Let me just share with you about the buying project schedule, right? So that you understand, because what's gonna happen, you need to do it at the same time. Like, you're gonna take the lecture, you're gonna, do lecture, for each week, but then you also have to watch the lecture, the lab video for first few weeks. So let me share the schedule with you. I think it's this one, right? So do you see that? So first week, so I'm gonna talk about the project overview. So this week you can watch it anytime right after you watch the lecture video, or you can decide. Let's say you're gonna make every Tuesday for you to watch this buying lab and do it, right? So first week I'm gonna introduce about the project, and next week you're gonna learn how to do the overall plan for store, like 6 months plan. Okay, and then you're gonna learn the third week, you're gonna learn about the POs and the OTBs, the open to buy summary, also run plan, allocation plan for each week. So, and the more important part, so after done with the 6th week, do you see I said the work day? Because this this require you to involve a lot and do a lot of work from your side, because you will notice that this is to build. So we are gonna give you a certain budget and you need to purchase merchandise, right? So you really make a good plan and you have to keep buying things and you have to develop your own project, because from the week 3, there will be lots of things you have to do from your own, do your own, okay? And once again, once you get there, and if you have vacation, you know, you can let us know. I mean, even before, right? But then from week 7 through week 15th, you have enough time, right? So don't postpone things, right? So whenever you learn something, try to complete at least like 1 PO or something like that. And I want you to be, you know, on track for everything. And when you have this work day, if you can do earlier, that's much better than do it later, right? Okay, but this gonna be very intensive. You need to work a lot from your own, but that's gonna be a fun part. I really see that lots of students, they really like this, you know, project, you know, how they can really, you know, spend the money and buy the things they really think about, right? So, but there'll be lots of things you have to do from the week 7, okay? And maybe Nasir and I can talk about it. Maybe we can kind of set up some of the checkpoints, maybe how far you are. I didn't really talk about it here, because if you're meeting in the actual lab on the 3rd floor, we have to meet every week. But since we cannot meet every week, maybe we can think about the way we can track how you're doing, okay? So that's pretty much that. So let's just do one last thing. I want to show you how that the blackboard will look like, okay? So now from today, you all, I just went to the student view, so I believe this is how that's gonna look to you, right? So if you go here, so you're gonna see the instructor information, okay? And I recently changed the office hour, once again, Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., but it's better to email me to make an appointment. And this is like how to start, kind of, so you can go through everything. And I also posted the syllabus for both 3375 and 3380. And this additional attachment, this is the COVID-19 related, but this is more for the, you know, face-to-face classes. So you don't have to really worry about it, but if you want to check, you can check it, right? Okay. And I'm gonna keep posting some announcement. If there's like any new things coming up, you can find it from those announcement. But main thing, most of the things you can find it under the learning module. Okay, so if you go there, I already posted everything on under the each module, right? So if you go module number 1, it's gonna talk about what you're gonna learn, and under the each folder for each chapter and the part, you can see, right, the video, lecture video, and the PowerPoint, right? And if there's any video that I want you to watch additionally, you can see that video there. And each chapter, you're gonna have the chapter keys. For this one, chapter 1, there are like 2 different parts, right? So the chapter, you don't have to do the, I mean, there's no like mini chapter inside of the part, right? So there's only 1 chapter keys for each chapter, right? So you can see under the chapter 1 folder, you can find it there, or you can go to this link on the left, keys and execute links, right? So you can see all the chapter keys, right? Okay. So if you go ahead and, you know, you have 2 chances to complete your quizzes. So, you know, maybe you can try 1 time and kind of think about how you can do it better, and then you can complete the 2nd time, right? But then I already open every quizzes. So, you know, you can go ahead and do it if you feel like you're confident and ready to do it, right? You don't have to wait, right? Okay. And here is the discussion board. So this discussion board, so as you can see, this week's discussion open. So what you need to do, you have to introduce yourself, right? About yourself, talk about yourself, right? Okay. So, and you can ask about some of the share 1 question about content related question that you wanna, right? Like to have, you know, answer during the course, right? And this is gonna be due by midnight this Friday. Same for chapter 1 quiz, right? Okay. So that's gonna be all what I wanna talk about over the courses. So key thing is that you go under the learning module, you're gonna find all the course materials there. Oh, and one more thing for the buying lab. Okay, so that's also under this buying, you know, the learning module. So do you see here, buying lab and project? This is only for RTL3380, right? Okay, and if you go there, you have all the learning materials there. but you can find these lecture videos there by the each weekend session. I put it on the syllabus, right? So you're gonna have a total of 6 videos, right? Okay, and from the week 2, 6 months plan, I mean, this video is more about the Excel. We're gonna do this on the Excel, right? So you can see that this is not, you don't really need the PowerPoint, right, for that. But you're gonna, let's say, I don't think I can, let me see. I just want to go to the middle. As you can see, what I wanted to show you is that pretty much you need to enter the information on the Excel sheet. So what I suggest you to do is that you're gonna open your own Excel sheet and you just kind of follow what I'm doing on the lecture, okay? And you're gonna build your own your project from there. Okay, so that's the reason you don't really have the PowerPoint for that, because that's more like your actual practice. You're really gonna do it. You're gonna develop the project at the same time. Okay. So you're gonna have all of these. So that's all I want to talk about the class. So are you clear about the difference between these two different tracks? Once again, this lab, if you're in the 3375, I know that's for the store track, and I also think that if you're the minor in retail, you don't really need to do the 3380. So maybe you're gonna be in the 3375. So if you're in the 3375, this lab, you don't need to worry about it. But since, except this part is same for both 3375 and 3380, this class is merged together, is under the one blackboard, right? But don't be confused, right? If you're in the 3375, don't worry about the lab. If you're in the 3380, you need to complete the lab as well. There is a big difference, right? And make sure, because I really wanted to confirm that if you're in the 3380, make sure to be enrolled in both lab and the lecture. Okay.
All right. How do you know if you're in 3380 or 3375? Because on my Radar link, it says both of them, so I'm not too sure.
So it sounds like you registered both classes then, did you?
No, it just says 3375-380.
380, can you, Hannah, so do you know when you register? Because there's totally two different courses. So unless you didn't register for both courses, I don't know which part you're talking about. You said the Radar link, and I can check it, which track you're in now. I mean, which one you register, because I have the email list, who registered.
Okay.
Which part you think, which track you're in, Hannah? You know that store, corporate, or fashion market?
No, I haven't decided yet.
You didn't decide yet. And it's really up to you too, though. Let's say if you wanna really do corporate track later, right? But then if you didn't do the lab yet, that's gonna be an issue. You need to do the lab. So it's gonna be good to take the lab, but it's really up to you, right? For now, since you didn't decide yet. But I heard from one student, she was in both classes, but it's not necessary. It's the same class, just different tracks. So make sure just register one course, right?
Yeah, I am. I think because it's a split class, it just says both of them on the same class information.
Okay, also, if you're in this Blackboard, you're not sure, right, about that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay, so what you need to do is go back to check in the e-Radar, Radar link. That's gonna tell you which class you're in. Also, if you're not clear, anybody in the class, if you're not clear, I can check it, because from my side, I can see which class you're enrolled. You should know, but if you're confused, let me know. I can check it for you, okay? Any other questions? Okay. No, you think you're good? You're clear? You know what to do? Everybody? Okay. It's kind of hard because I cannot really see you all. So maybe you can say, I know there's a function, you can raise your hand or something. If you're all good, can you just raise that hand at least, so that I feel like you're all confident to know what to do? Do you know there's on the participant tab, there'll be or just unmute and say you're good, Anybody? So you're good?
Actually, I had a question. For this class, I took it because I needed just 3 extra hours on my track. But I think I signed up for the corporate run. So would it be more worth it if I just switched to the 375 instead?
So Gabriel, are you a retail student?
No, I'm in engineering.
Okay, you know what? If you feel like if you have too many things to do, it's not required, then you can just do the 3375. I think it's to really depend, because I tell you, because buying lab and what you're gonna learn in the lab, especially if you're the retail student, there's gonna be a lot of addition to you, helpful. But if you're not the retail student, and if it's not required, definitely, you can change it to the 3375.
Okay, and then would I just go on Raider Link and change that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That sounds good.
Okay, right. Sounds good. Any other questions? So you think you know what to do for the class? I know I really wanted to meet you. I mean, I miss being in the classroom to see you all and like interact in the classroom, so it's kind of sad, we cannot meet each other, but we can definitely meet on the Zoom if needed, right? So, and the most important part is that you all need to be safe and healthy, right? So I really wish everybody to be really safe and healthy, stay really well, and just feel free to contact me and, Nasil, if you have any questions, right? But it seems like, since I don't really see any other question, I understand that you're all good. You know what to do, okay? So don't forget the first thing. So for this week, just a reminder is that you need to finish your chapter 1 video and, and your quiz and discussion, introduce yourself by Friday, midnight this Friday, by the end of the day, okay? All right, then I'm gonna share this on the Blackboard too, so that some people who have classes during this time, they can watch it there. But otherwise, by the way, Gabriel, how many sunglasses you wear? I'm like, your picture, like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sunglasses, right? That's so cool. Okay, then otherwise, then I just leave, end it for today, right? So good luck with your classes and see you guys, sometime on Zoom, right? If you have any question, right? So have a great day. Okay, you can leave the room now. Bye. And Nasir, can you stay?
Yep. All right.
I think I can start recording.